I now have a direct way to walk into Egypt and Africa, though. So if I really wanted to, I could go on an African conquest. Of course, I still want Madagascar specifically, because no matter all that land I just took, I don't think there was any uranium on it. No, there was no uranium on any of this. If I was willing to take over Jordan, I'd get some uranium. Same thing with Egypt.
I think you're better off going for Madagascar.
Yeah. It's called a spy from Sweden. Everyone was trying to sell me military goods through that.
Good, all my oil rigs finished.
That southern fucking sea pier is definitely getting upgraded into a seaport as well. I'm not letting that stay a fucking sea pier. That is a very important location for me now.
I gotta keep an eye on my inflation now, too.
Yeah, my inflation's through the fucking roof. It's insane. My tourism is going back up really, really quickly, too. I'm hoping that destroying so much of their economy will help. I also got some of their units, because some of their units surrendered to me, so like I have some of their boxcars. I don't have like the tech to make more of them, but I do have their boxcars. Oh wow, Brazil has some Merkavas. They were selling Merkavas to Brazil.
Oh shit.
Did I get any Merkavas? I don't think so. Found a research center they were building. I gotta scrap that. Too much research. Oh yeah, I bought that a while ago from one of our allies.
Inflation's holding 7.5, so...
I'm still holding at 11.5.
Have to reduce some spending a little bit to try and get that down.
Poor Iraq. That's all I have to say is poor Iraq. They lost so much. I'm gonna ally everyone else, by the way. That's the next thing I'm gonna do. Iraq, Jordan, Lebanon, and Kurdistan, the rest of our Muslim friends over here. We're going to ally with all of them. Maybe Oman as well. Especially now that, you know, with all of them as allies, they will all help defend our territory over here, including when you get Iran. And as we saw with the UAE coming to help me, as we saw with Egypt coming to help me, they add up. As we saw with how many troops Saudi Arabia has, their troops add up.
Not to mention the Egyptians.
Yeah, I said Egypt.
Oh, my bad.
Saudi definitely has more troops than the Egyptians, however. I got, oh, you got an alliance. Oh, shit. I was going to say, wait, I don't remember getting an alliance.
Yeah, I got it with
You got an alliance with Iraq. Nice. I'm just going to throw a bunch of money at them and then get that. It's sad because they're a shell of what they were. They don't even have Baghdad anymore. Of course, you could give it back, but for the greater good. The Middle East is now just going to be a fucking, like, Swiss cheese border gore galore.
Hey, they have the western region of Baghdad still. I just have the capital. Like, they get the suburbs, I'll take the city.
That is true. Wait a minute. Their western region isn't a suburb. It's a military complex. That's the Baghdad military base. That's not part of the city.
Oh, well then they keep their military then.
Yeah, a bit of it, anyway. They still lost some to you and the Saudis. Caught a spy from Denmark. I'm catching it in Israel, though, so I feel like they were actually spying on Israel. Okay, my economy's holding, but it's not recovering, so there's still more shit over here I could stand to get rid of. Probably going to get rid of some of the missile productions, quite frankly.
Why the hell are these guys all sitting around in the desert? I said to reserve.
I'm going to start getting rid of at least one missile production. I'll probably get rid of 2 and then see how that works. I'm going to get rid of another one of these intelligence academies. I'm actually going to get rid of the 2 missile productions that are on it as well. I'll have 4 missile productions. Missile productions are expensive to build, but you don't need a lot of them really unless you're making shit like nukes, which I don't really have researched yet. And even then, they just cost so much money.
Yeah, in the end, it's not really, well, not in the end, but it's not worth it. We're having it right now.
It can be nice, but not entirely necessary.
There you go. That's the words I was looking for. Oh, hey, I'm researching the MiG-25 Fox battle. Why am I researching that? I don't need that shit.
Man, that was not what I expected to happen today. Honestly, I thought today would end up being really quiet again.
I know, I did too. Wasn't expecting Israel
I didn't
to go war happy in the Middle East.
Yeah. But they did. But now, one of our biggest threats are wiped out. We have wiped out one of the biggest threats to us. Also, the price of agriculture has skyrocketed. Well, time to start selling that again.
Oh,
See if I can collapse it.
I can never get the industry output at just 100%. It either goes 99 or 101.
Double click. Double click on the bar.
Oh, nice.
That's how you get anything to 100%. Anything. Anything and everything.
I did not know that.
Now you do.
Now I do.
I'm redoing a lot of their military infrastructure as well right now. Getting rid of some airfields and sea piers, putting up some air bases in some locations.
Yeah, I'm doing the same. Like, I just got rid of a airstrip and I'm going to put in a air base. Or airfield, whatever you call it. Airfield, airfield, airbase, airbase, airbase.
I got all of my space race buildings without even having to build them, just by taking over Israel. So that's cool. Israel also just has way too many sea piers and seaports. Like, it's a little unnecessary.
Kind of like how when you were playing GPS.
What happened when I was playing GPS?
Oh, as Israel when you were playing as them.
Oh,
Especially with
yeah.
all, I remember that with all those air
I
bases.
mean, I know why they have them, but it's a little unnecessary.
Ooh, BVR air missiles.
Maybe, like, if this is your main nation and you need the supplies and you need everything coming in and being able to leave from there, sure, but this is now just a small colony of mine.
Saudi Arabia has no
My
technology.
inflation's starting to go down a little bit, but it's only at 11.3.
Belarus has
Also, I caught a spy from Jordan. That was definitely spying on Israel.
Iraq has none.
Okay. I was like, what is that shooting? That is Egyptian troops trying to leave Iraq, or something like that. Probably that were sent there a long time ago, but they're trying to leave through Iranian waters.
Oh, God.
Well, that's not going to provoke a war or anything.
Yeah, I'm sure everything will be just fine. Okay, so I got a supply depot and airbase being built there. Got a supply depot being built there. Oh, let me check on my power. Those are still being built.
Gotta get rid of some of these barracks and airfields that I just don't need. I don't need this many. This is not my main location or anything.
And bro, like you, that, I mean, it didn't increase it that much, but my domestic got a really big bounce.
Yeah,
Boost,
it's probably
I should say.
because of the short-term games of taking over Baghdad. We'll probably see that plummet over time. My inflation did not need this boost.
My diplomacy is still good. Diplomacy is at treaty integrity is pretty much at 75%. Inflation's going down, so that's good.
I should have, like, colonized them first or something, and then I could have gotten the technology and stuff they had. But I think we were fairly caught up to them outside of non-tradables. Probably the most useful thing I could have gotten from them was their tank design.
All the Merkavas.
Yeah, the Merkavas.
Well, I mean, my T90s cut through those things pretty good.
Yeah, the T90s are pretty good.
If I can get.
Well, my military production is crazy high. Like my land military production is now in between the European regional powers and the 3 superpowers on the world. It's gotten just a little bit excessive.
Medical and the medical research 3.
I got 6 more from this war, I think. Yeah.
Oh shit! Now my research
6
is
more,
up to 5.
not necessarily necessary production. Probably gonna get rid of some of it now that I think about it. Maybe. Also, I got my alliance with Iraq.
Nice.
Next, I'm gonna go for Jordan and Lebanon and Kurdistan.
Oh, even Russia wants to buy uranium from me. I thought they would have had enough of their own.
Of how there's still forces returning back to their home countries right now. Also, I think the units I identified as UAE coming to help me was actually Kuwait. And now I'm realizing Kuwait has a scary amount of units for such a small country.
Yeah, all my units are still trying to make their way back too.
Yeah, it's a big wind down from this war.
A war that was well worth it.
Yeah, dude.
And next will be Sri Lanka.
Another spy captured from France. Oh boy.
Oh, you must have a prereq that. I was gonna see if I could give you the TU-12 tank.
Yeah, I that's what I was saying earlier. That's why I asked what it needed, because you could get it, but I couldn't.
Oh yeah, that's right. You needed the which one did you need? Tech.
You tell me, what do I need?
I would tell you as soon as I can find a damn thing. You need smart target munitions and modern tank tech 02.
Have the modern tank tech. What's the smart target? What do I need to get that?
I think I bought that one from Russia, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm missing something then. Okay, smart, I see it. I'm missing modern cruise missile production. I'm researching it right now, though.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna take another, like, half a year to get it. But when I get it, you know, I'll be good. Remember, I started out with actually less technology than you had. Good bit less.
Oh no, I remember. We've pretty much closed the gap since then. Alright, how's my hydro plants?
I got 3 research centers from this place still. And I don't need that many. My economy can barely handle what I have right now, so I'm gonna scrap another one of these research centers. There's still like Saudi troops and other things just scattered all around the fucking place. I do need to add some infrastructure here though. I've already added some roads down in Israel, even though roads are already super common in Israel. Just connecting some like military bases to the road system for supply purposes. But Syria could use some building.
Let me start go ahead and getting rid of some of these train rails. 2. That one. Alrighty, let's see what next. What next? I think we're pretty much good. I'm gonna start sending some troops down here. Well, I think it's time for me to start sending some troops down to Malay, ready for Sri Lanka.
Good luck. I'm setting up new infrastructure in Syria. Hey.
Yeah, I guess that's the good thing about me not taking so many plots. I don't really have that much work to do in terms of rebuilding.
Yeah, I have to get this all basically set up. Scrapping air bases, airfields, all kinds of things. Inflation's finally down to 10.9. I'm still trying to get it down even further. Fucking India's spying on me. Not to mention I'm going to be working on becoming allies with Jordan and Lebanon, and then Kurdistan. maybe Oman, before I do any other expansion. But when I do expansion, it's almost certainly just going to be a beeline at Madagascar for uranium. I'm gonna get a fucking research center for Madagascar anyway, so I'm deconstructing most of what I got over here. I'm leaving like 2 over here. I don't want any excessive amount.
Play some more artillery. The hell are my BTRs at? Some air defense. Supply trucks. Oh, there's maybe cars.
Troops from all the AI are still slowly leaving the war area. Just like a slow de-escalation.
It's like, okay, everybody back to your corners.
I think most of my land forces are still over there. A lot of them just went into barracks over there. Repair and etc. I know over a long period of time my AI will just reshuffle them and get a lot of them sent around to where they need to be sent anyway. I'm not too worried about it. Israel, though, and Syria are already going to be my most, like, in terms of roads and rails, but especially Israel, my most developed locations, like, ever. Because fucking almost every hex here has some kind of road or rail system on it.
Are you going to replace the majority of the roads with rails?
No, I'm probably going to leave most of that here. I've added a few roads, honestly. And I've added a few rails. The thing is, yeah, there's a lot of roads here, but take into account how tiny this place is. It's not actually as many roads as it seems. Adding roads to Indonesia is a lot harder because it's a lot bigger. Adding roads to Israel is almost nothing. It's like just a little teeny tiny amount of hexes that hardly contributes to anything.
Oh, okay then.
It's kind of like how countries like Japan can really easily have high-speed bullet trains in real life because their countries are small, as opposed to the United States, which is fucking gigantic, and Russia. We can't have high-speed bullet trains going from coast to coast. It's too much money. But we have way more trains. They're just slower. We have more infrastructure. It's just not as good. Because it can't be. Because our country is so fucking large. Well, same goes for Indonesia. When you compare it to Israel and Syria, even if I built only roads out here, this area doesn't even add up really to one of my main islands. Maybe it adds up to one. Maybe. But it has so much population and shit over here, it pretty much pays for itself in that regard.
Here, maybe this will help you out.
Yay, thank you.